Okay guys, that rain kept going down the river. The river which has flooded its banks. And now I'm a little bit, I probably won't swing very fluidly today. I was somebody that I know got their house flooded out here 2 days ago, and I went out there and helped them, and I climbed up on something to put something up away from the water, and it was really slippery and muddy, and I fell. And I came down and I landed on my arm and my shoulder here. And I thought I'd actually pop my shoulder. I haven't, but it's really sore, so the swing is going to look a little bit how's your mother today. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to exaggerate the pre-turn. And I'm going to play the ball back more so than I normally do. To play it way back, really pre-cock. Now guys, first hit for a couple of weeks. First hit for a couple of weeks because it's been raining. We've been flooded and all sorts of things. So, and that's the good thing about channel lock, guys. Because the protocol is a known protocol, you just put it into place and structurally you're in the right position. Okay, that wasn't timed, that was about an 80% timing, but the ball still went dead straight, went exactly to the target where I wanted it to go, and it would be eminently playable. If that was this is a 6 iron, if that was a par 3, I probably would have come up just a little short on the green, but still would have been putting, but it would have been straight in line with where I wanted to go. So I'll try and put even more pre-turn into this one. So I've got it almost outside my back foot. Bring that lead foot up, trail foot back for here, really back cock. And the great thing about channel lock, guys, is that because the attack angle is so shallow coming into the ball, when the ground is muddy and boggy like this, you're never going to take any big divots. You won't, hit flubbers, because you just don't hit flubbers with channel lock anyway, because it's a shallow attack. All right, a lot of pre-turn, JH, lots of pre-turn. Now see guys, where there's both feet down there, that's because I'm stiff, I haven't hit any shots, and all I'm trying to do is swing my arms and stay into my legs. The more I stay into my legs, the more I eliminate the hips wanting to spin, which will take the torso and take the shoulders and ultimately the arms and the golf club. If I can stay in my legs, if I can actually stay like that, hips are closed, torso is closed, shoulders are closed, and the club must come from inside to out. That's just a reality. So I try and have as much flex in my legs as possible in my positioning setup. So here we are. Come on, Jage. Now see how my arms are out here, guys? And see how my right foot's down when I hit it? The weight is going down that trail axis. I'm not trying to rotate it to the front of the body or to the lead side. I want it to stay here so I can fire it away. And I want to keep pressure in that lead knee so I can actually push back into the hit. That's what I want to do. See how the club finishes here, guys? It doesn't finish over here. And you'll just never get any drags or pulls. You just won't get any of those. All right, now 5 o'clock nose, and this is just a little bit of a recap on some of the things we should be doing in channel lock. 5 o'clock nose for me is the most important aspect of the golf swing. 5 o'clock nose, if I've got a big clock in front of me here vertically, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That's where I want to point my nose and keep it there during the swing, because that will keep my trail shoulder corralled in the downswing and guarantee that I'm hitting into out because my shoulders are closed. So 5 o'clock now, and it's the hardest thing for me to do, guys, believe it or not. It is the hardest thing. There's always this want to just move that head a little bit, or just move the eyes a little bit. You've got to feel like you're actually looking behind the ball. The clubs are so slippery because it's so humid. Okay, a lot of pre-cock. Now guys, see both feet are down there? You know what that is? It's just an arm swing. Just an arm swing with a quiet body. You can't get into a lot of trouble there. Now those shots there, because they're not timed, they're what I call third or fourth groovers. They're just probably 2 grooves away from the sweet spot. But as I say, eminently playable. It takes, just a few yards off the shot. But the accuracy is just exactly the same as normal. If I could hit that shot every single time and have it guaranteed, that's the shot I'd take. Sorry to walk off, guys. Guys, I'll just hit a couple of drivers. I just made up a new one up. Well, a new one, it's an old one, but it's a smaller head. It's only about a 400 head, a 390, 400 head. Same length as this 40 inch. Now guys, I haven't hit driver for a couple of weeks, and my shoulder's a little bit ginger, I can tell you. But I want to show you that nothing changes. We have to have exactly the same protocol application with every shot we play. Doesn't matter, the clubs, I feel the same, and that's why I can probably have no difficulty with changing from club to club. I just have no difficulty because it all feels the same. Here we are, the 40-inch driver, and there's no change in the ball position, guys. Here we are, here, a lot of pre-turn. You take that every day. You would take that every day. That's just a little 1 yard draw golf shot. That's all it is, guys, just a little 1 yard draw shot. And the good thing about channel lock, guys, is that your worst shot's going to be a little push. Now if I just hit a little push then, aiming for the centre of the fairway, I'm going to be, 10 yards right of centre. Still in play every time. I'm not going to have a big lose away to the right, a big, leak away to the right. I'm just going to have a little straight push because the club face wasn't shut down enough. But now that's the first drive for weeks, and it's just perfect. And like 90% shot. Probably took 10 yards off my normal full out shot with a healthy body. Here we go. KJ, it's a lot of preload and a lot of 5 o'clock nose. Guys, it's so easy to hit the short driver, and it's just a matter of getting used to it. It took me a couple of practice sessions, a couple of buckets of balls. It felt really peculiar because I didn't re-weight the club. The head on this club was a 195 gram head. I never did anything to it. I just cut the shaft down 5 inches and I just took it off the butt. So there's nothing sophisticated. You put this club on a swing weight scale and it doesn't even register. it'd be in the Bs. You know, like a BO or something like that, probably 30 swing weights. But guys, bear in mind that that head's still the same weight as it was. It hasn't changed its weight. It's still 195 grams. Swing weight is a measure of balance, and that's what it is. And it's the balance difference we feel, and that's all you have to do. You just have to get used to that. My next invention, guys, is a tee that never comes out of the ground. And I've actually designed one, believe it or not. It'll never come out of the ground until you want it to. Imagine that. I've actually designed it, guys. It's the simplest, most stunningly simple piece of logic, engineering logic of all time. It'll never go from there, it just stays there. It'll flex, it'll do everything else, but it won't go anywhere. It won't come out of the ground. Stay tuned. The 4:30 to Sydney. Okay guys, I'm warmed up after that. Shoulder feels a little bit tender, but I'll give this one a twist. Shoulder over here, 5 o'clock nose. Come on Joe, a lot of preload. See the clubs here guys, look. It's there, it's not there. And it's not low, it's high. That went miles. And so did the tee. 40-inch driver. The other one I made up, I only glued it this morning. I don't know if it's dry. I'll give it a hit. Actually guys, it's only a 300 head. It's a 300cc head. It's old, but it's brand new. Just one I had in my cupboard, and I found it the other day, and it's fantastic. Titanium, 300 cc's, 40-inch. Be interesting. I haven't hit it. I didn't weigh the head, so I don't know. It actually feels, the head actually feels a bit heavy, so it might be a 198 head. Might even be a 200. It actually feels quite heavy. Okay, what's this? First hit with it. Arm over here, 5 o'clock nose. Whew. Boy, is that interesting. That is so low spin, that club. Now this shaft is a lot softer than that shaft because it's just an old shaft I had. But so low spin, guys, that would have launched probably about 1800 RPM. It was so low spin. Wow. Come on. Should be used to it now. Whew. It's actually really hot off the face. Hot but low spin. Maybe, isn't that the secret? And this golf, that head's got to be, 10 or 12 years old. It's brand new, it was still in plastic, but I just had it in a cupboard. At 300cc. Deep face, but hot, but low spin. That shaft is a little bit soft for that heavy head, but that's alright, I can change that shaft. Okay, to get that feeling of releasing the club correctly, just hit a couple of little short shots. I've got a 9-iron here. Just hit a couple of little 120-yard shots. You get in here, preloaded, and just release it up there. Just hit a little short shot. Just a little shot like that. They're going about 120. but just let the club release in front of you. And just work on the keeping the legs bent. 5 o'clock nose, a lot of preload. When you have an abbreviated swing like that, the ball goes so low. That'll be a great shot into the wind. They're only going about 30 feet in the air. They're just sort of line drive punch shots. But see how clean the hit is, guys. There's never any ground, and I wouldn't want ground today because it's so boggy. Play it way back. Get a lot of preload, pre-cock. Here. Just hit a few of those. Okay guys, rain's coming back. Just a couple of pointers. And I'll try and do some more videos as the weather gets better. But it's been pretty horrendous here. We had those fires. They're out around here anyway. And the dams close to the coast have filled up, but the ones inland are still dry. But you can't have everything. So hopefully we get some rain on the inland, but we don't want any more here at the moment. Okay guys, I'll do some more later on the week.